Let's take a look at the playoff bracket out west to discuss the biggest question mark for each series. We'll start with the top seed Warriors facing the 8 seed Clippers. Richard, will the Clippers be able to steal a game from the two-time defending champs?
I'm going to say no, but I think this is a great appetizer for the Warriors. I think with Patrick Beverley, he's going to wake Steph up because Steph is going to have to play it's going to be playoff basketball from the tip. There is no rest. And you just look down their roster, everyone is going to have some work to do. So I think the Clippers are going to be a good startup for the Warriors.
It reminds me of when the Warriors played the Pelicans in the first round, the year of the first championship. The first game was a blowout. And then every other game was super close, super tight. They swept them, but the 4-0 doesn't really indicate how close that series was because you give them a good run. I think Clippers get exactly 0 games.
All right, I can't go with these guys.
All right, there you go, Stan.
The Clippers, 1 game.
Okay, fair enough. But I do agree that they could be competitive games, even though it's a 4 or 5 game series.
Yeah, and you look at it, you got Klay Thompson that's going to have to guard Lou, so Klay's defense is going to have to wake up early.
Yeah.
Like, no. You got a guy that has given you, I think they gave him a 50 ball last year, This man is not afraid of you. He's going to score. So you got Steph that's going to have to wake up early. You got Klay that's going to have to wake up early. So I think that just kind of gets the Warriors in that early playoff mode.
Yeah, it's interesting to just kind of see how the Clippers have evolved here during the season, right?
Oh, it's incredible. The job Doc's done this year. I mean, when they made the trade, everybody figured, okay, great trade for the future. Give up the 8th playoff seed. It's worth it for what you're doing. Yeah. They got better.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, let's move on to the 4-5 matchup between the Rockets and the Jazz. Coach Van Gundy, how concerned are you about Houston looking past the Jazz to a potential second-round matchup with the Warriors?
I don't think they probably are looking past the Jazz. If they are, major mistake. The Jazz have been playing great basketball, second-best team in the West, I think, going down the stretch here. And look, the Jazz, we know they're great defensively, but their offense has come on lately. Every game in that series, because of the Jazz's defense, will be a difficult game for the Rockets.
I mean, look, the coach said the second-best point differential in the Western Conference. This is a real deal battle. This is not going to be an easy series. And the only thing that gives me confidence, I guess, that the Rockets will get it done sooner rather than later is that Utah's dealing with injuries. They're really banged up, and I don't know if they're healthy enough to give it their best against this.
Yeah, and you can't look past them. You look at what they did to OKC last year. You have 2 of the best players in the entire NBA in Russell Westbrook and Paul George and Donovan Mitchell and crew literally destroyed them. Yeah. Right? You had Russell who was frustrated. You had, Paul George is on his way out. All of these things because Utah is a well-balanced, hard-working team that focused on defense, and Donovan Mitchell was next level. So Houston, they're not looking at Houston like they're afraid of them because they already played against 2 All-NBA guys in the postseason last year and took them down.
I mean, the Rockets are playing great basketball right now despite blowing that lead the other night against the Thunder. But they've beaten this team the last 2 times. They've split the series, and they beat them last year fairly easily in the postseason. So I can see where they're confident. Are any of you picking the Jazz?
Oh, no.
If the Jazz were totally healthy, as Amin said, I would be tempted to do that because I think we think of the Jazz, 2 all-star level talents in Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. But Joe Ingles is a hell of a player.
Yeah. He's a good wild card.
He can shoot the ball and he can make plays and he defends.
Defends very well.
If they were totally healthy, I'd be tempted. But the fact that they're not, I'll still take the Rockets. But I think it's going to be tough. In fact, I think it's going to go 7 games.
All right, there you go.